Are we ready for today or not really?
No. We haven't prepared at all. We actually have.
I wouldn't say that.
It should be. We should be careful not touching this one with my big legs. You see that? It's not good. I have humongous legs.
No, so
I'm the
we
leg
we
monster.
have Toma Junior Popov on the podcast today.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
He's in great shape.
Our first European guest who is not a Dane.
That's true. And
And,
he's gonna be here online. He's not gonna be here physically.
He's not joining us here in Copenhagen. He will be online on a Zoom call. You know,
From where?
Yeah,
actually?
yeah. I was actually just thinking about that. I don't know. Do you know where he lives?
I know that him and Christo are huge fans of Marseille football club, so maybe they are from the Marseille area. That would make sense, right? We should ask him.
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
There's also something about Bordeaux that's ringing a bell in my mind, but I'm not sure if he's in Bordeaux.
Okay, we'll find out in very shortly. But he is he's a different, not different. He's also different, but he's a different might be the right word. Different character in the sport of badminton. Him and his family, his brother, younger brother Christo is also very good and on the rise. And then their father is their coach, and if I'm not mistaken, they have been brought up by their father and basically just been practicing those three together. I'm looking forward to get more insight on that story.
Yeah, it's quite a special setup compared to what we are used to with this like national team setup that we also know from Indonesia, Malaysia, China, everywhere else basically.
Yeah.
But those two guys haven't really been in INSEP, the French national team center.
No, because they have a national center.
They do, but quite a few of the men's singles are not training there. So it's also going to be interesting to hear, Toma, what the reason behind that choice is.
We'll find out all of that just in a second. But first of all, before we get into anything here, welcome guys to another episode of the Badminton Experience. Me and Hans-Kristian are back in the same room. Last time it was a Zoom call. You were in France.
Yeah, and it was actually quite nice to have you at distance.
Yeah, we're a little bit too close today, actually
too close to comfort.
Our mood is not the best. We just had some small issues, some small discussions leading up to the episode. Hans-Kristian just scratched my floor with this chair, and I had to clean it up and stuff. So it's
I only did it because I had to do all the work. Anders is not doing anything, so yeah, that's the price he has to pay.
I came straight from practice into
I did as well.
Into treatment, and then rushed down here to do the podcast episode.
I had to go out and buy stuff like cables and stuff to make it work, and I also came straight from practice.
Guys, Hans-Kristian is complaining that he had to buy this thing to split the earphones in two. Meanwhile, I have bought all the microphones, the camera, everything you see here is funded by me, and I've got it all done. So he shouldn't be complaining about absolutely anything. I would say.
But you also earn like 100 times the amount I do every year.
It's not about that. It's about it's not about the money. It's about the effort that I have been putting in while you have been lazy, not doing much at all.
Anders' effort is just picking up his credit card and doing like this.
That's actually not true. I think we have it on tape when I went to the store and bought all this stuff, and it's a vlog from back in the days, maybe 1 year ago or something.
I'm sure it was Oliver who did most of the work.
No, he was recording while I bought it. But anyways, guys, as you can tell here in the beginning, the mood is not the best, so we're looking forward to get Toma on in a second and lift up our mood a bit. I'm looking forward to talk to Toma instead of talking to you, so it's going to be great. What else have you been doing recently? How was the Orléans? Was it good?
Well, it was good for Toma. He won. Yeah.
But for you?
It was, I would say, like an average experience. Like I got a couple of matches, 2 matches. Played well in the first one, played one good game in the second match as well. Then my game fell apart completely, like it does sometimes for me. And now actually Toma is asking if he can join the room.
Oh my god, can he?
I think we should admit him.
Let's try.
Let's try, guys, and see if Toma is joining. The screen says Toma is connecting to audio. Oh, this is exciting.
But there's no video.
No video. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
And we can't hear shit.
He looks confused.
Yeah. Because his sound is actually on. Can you just try and say something, Toma? No. Try again. Oh no, he's connected.
Can you chat? Write in the chat.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now we can.
Yes.
Let's go.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Both of us? Try and say something.
Yes, he already heard me. Heard
Great.
me. We're a little bit like annoyed with each other, so don't mind if we look like we're not friends. Right now, we're not friends.
Oh.
No worries.
How are you, Toma?
Fine. A little bit tired from the training and just a bit resting this afternoon, so that's why it was a good meetup for today.
How many sessions have you had today?
For the moment, 2, 1 weights and 1 badminton, and in this evening it's gonna be more like matches.
Oh,
Just 3 sessions in one day.
Yeah, we are doing this.
You're still young.
Yeah, in the national center it's only 2, but we are doing 3.
that's a tough Monday, I would say.
But
Tough Monday, just to get in the week, and be ready. It's fine.
You know, I had 1 training today, and I already told the coach I'm not coming tomorrow. So
Relax, it's
yeah,
fine.
exactly. Yeah.
We were first of all, Toma, thank you for joining the podcast. We just talked about our first European guest, besides some of the Danes that we have had on. So thank you very much for participating.
Thank you to invite me.
Sure. We were just discussing, where are you in the world right now? Where are you based?
I'm at home. We are nearly to Marseille. I don't know if you know this city.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, I told Alice that I know you're a big fan of Marseille Football Club, right?
Exactly. Huge fan. So yeah, we are just like 40 kilometers west from Marseille. We live on the beach, like our city is on the beach. So
Nice.
we have a good weather all the year, and we have sun all the year, and we have the beach. So it's like pretty cool to train here and have fun, especially in summer.
How warm is it right now?
Now it's maybe 20. It's really sunny.
It was 2 degrees here this morning when I woke up.
2 degrees.
2 degrees.
Yeah, it sounds very, very good. Is it possible for me and Hans to come and join you guys there? For
sure. Like we never feel winter. There is never snow here, so it's always like, I know in winter maybe 5 or 10 degrees, and if it's a bit windy, yeah, a little bit colder, but it's always hot.
That's nice. Toma, we were also just talking a little bit about your backstory. Can you take us back a little bit, because I've heard that you are from Bulgaria, or
yeah. Me and my brother are born in Sofia in Bulgaria, and my father was came in France in 2003 as a coach in this club here, but before he was a national coach in Bulgaria, and he was hired here, so he did a test year from 2003 to 2004, And then he was accepted and they hired him. So we moved from Bulgaria in 2004. And we started to train here, learn the language and school and everything.
So you stayed for 1 year at home without your dad?
Yeah, with my brother and my mother.
Okay, all right. And how old were you when you moved to?
6 years old, my brother 2. And my father moved because financially in Bulgaria it was really, really hard for the moment. So they just wanted to leave the country, and he found a solution here because my uncle was a player and he played here. So they have some like communication with the French team, and so he moved here.
Yeah, I even remember your uncle because when I started playing on the tour, he was still playing. I think in like the challenge events, right? He played with Stoyanov.
Yes,
In
exactly.
doubles. Yeah.
Yeah, they were quite good actually. Anas has no idea who we're talking about.
No, not really. No.
Crazy heads, maybe. They are really crazy. So
Yeah. Mikhail, right? Mikhail Popov.
yeah. Yes.
So your father must have been playing badminton as well in his younger days.
Yeah, he started badminton at 12 years old, and after he was a good player, but not enough to be like really high level, like where we are now. So he moved early in the coach way and to on this path, and so that's why he get a lot of experience, and that's why he was a young national coach, and he has many opportunities, and that's why he's good enough now, and he has a lot of advices and experience. It's really cool.
Tell us a little bit about the way you practice, because I've heard that you practice a lot together with your brother, and then your father is obviously your coach as well. Is it like only you three, or is there more players at where you train?
There is more like local and national players, but from last year, Ron Labar, as you know, he moved in the south because he's from the south, and he moved back to south, and now he's training every morning with us. So we are doing a lot of 2 against 1, three against 1, and we're doing a lot of individual sessions because we have our father, so he can like do the multi with us, and it's really cool.
And you have been used to doing a lot of like one-on-one sessions with your dad, I assume, since it's been like a small group of people.
Yeah, a lot of 1-on-1 and a lot of 2 against 1, but especially most of all, it's always two against 1 matches with my brother. We just play in the evening a little bit, 1 or 2 sets, but because we know each other perfectly, so it's not like a really good game or really good training. So we are doing more like 2 against 1, 3 against 1, and when you go on tournaments or when you go in the national center to practice a little bit, we do a lot of matches.
Before Labar came there, what did you do if one of you guys were injured or sick or something? Did you have any other sparring players?
Thank God we never injured, thank God, and that was the perfect. We were pretty cool on that, but there is other players, but they are more local. So for 2 against 1, 3 against 1, it's okay. Yeah. But for 1-on-1, yeah, only against my brother.
Okay. How often do you go and join the national practice?
Not so often. It's strange to be there. Like we're not used to, so we don't like to be there. Like we just train before maybe Thomas Cup or Sudirman Cup, maybe to train with the team a little bit, but we prefer to stay at home. But we have like opportunities if my father is not here or he's not even available to train us. Maybe like sometimes we move and we train with them, or they came in the south to like to train with us. But it's strange because it's not our schedule. It's not the same schedule. So it's really strange for us to fit in and to practice only twice a day. We are used to train more, and it's not at the same time because in the evening we train late from 7 to 9 p.m. and they're training from 4 to 6, and this is our relax time. So the body is not ready to train hard as we should be. We should train. So sometimes it's more like, yeah, it's cool, but not enough.
Are there any requirements that you have to be there leading up to like World Championships or Thomas Cup, for example, that's coming up?
Yeah. For this Thomas Cup, we will not do the camp because there is Europeans just before, and the team for the Thomas Cup it's really small. Like we're only 6 people. Like
Yeah, before we move on, you need to tell us about that. Like, what's going on? I saw that team selection. You're only 6 guys, and 4 of you are singles players. So that means you and Crystal.
You will
We
have
play
to play
always
doubles every
and
time.
singles. Yeah. I
That's
don't
crazy.
agree. On my opinion, I don't agree with this selection because even for the atmosphere and for the players, I don't know. Like if we have to cheer and the double, if the next match is the double, so they will going to warm up. One is going to play. So in the crowd, we're gonna be 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's we are playing in the big arena in Thailand. So we will not hear a lot of Frenchies in this hall maybe this year. But for me, I think Ronan and Lucas had maybe the place to secure the double because they took the Uber team, and the Uber team they took 10 girls, and I don't agree with the Uber team also, but it's not
it's
my
also
No, it's not your decision. I know that, but it's also strange for me because like you guys actually have a really good Thomas Cup team. So for me, it would make sense that you were actually like trying to put in the best possible team to make it further. Because it's not. Of course, I believe we have a chance. We have a chance of beating you guys, but it's not like it's impossible for you to make it through to the quarterfinal, right? But obviously, if you have to play singles and doubles every time, it's quite hard to do that 3 matches in a row.
It's gonna be hard, especially if you're playing Thailand. I don't know if you're gonna play Thailand after. We have to figure it out, and so it's gonna be a tough week for us, definitely.
Yeah.
Guys, I had no idea that you guys are only bringing six players.
Yeah.
6 players in Thailand.
Yeah. So
It's not like
Merkel?
Merkle, my brother, Lanye, the little one,
Yeah.
and the double, Village and Delru.
Yeah. So that's it. 4
Sorry.
singles guys and 1 doubles.
That's a small team.
A really small team, especially it's not like it's in Denmark. In the last moment, you can call somebody, like it's only 2 hours and a half from Paris. Now it's in Thailand, so there is no like backup. It's only 6 people and no more.
Who do you think will play the doubles if one of you and your brother or Villiger or Delru are going to be injured? Will it be Merkle or will it be Lanje?
I think Merkle.
Okay. All right.
because he's more experienced. He has more experience, but I don't know. I don't know with this team how we gonna figure out if in case of somebody is injured, and especially after the Europeans. We don't know because it's a long championship and a lot of matches. So I don't know how we're gonna be.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna play you guys. It's like the group is France, Algeria, China, and Denmark.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We have talked about this multiple times that I think you guys, France has a great team and there's a lot of potential on your team for sure. So it's going to be interesting to follow the French team for the next couple of years.
For sure.
Yeah, we are like a pretty young team. So
yeah, you're almost like the oldest guy, right?
I'm the oldest guy from the team, so it's really weird. Like I'm only 23 and I'm the oldest of the team. So yeah, I'm not used to. Ronan was the oldest before, and now it's me. I have to take the lead. So let's go.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a little bit disrespectful from me saying that you guys are singles players because your ranking as doubles is actually quite high, right? It's much higher in doubles for Christo than it is in singles for him, right?
Exactly.
Do you guys ever train doubles?
No.
Not at all.
No. We never train doubles.
Well, what is the plan? What is the purpose of you guys still playing doubles?
At the beginning, it was more like we are going on the tournaments, the bigger tournaments, and we didn't have enough level to compete with you. So for us, it was more like we have a second draw, maybe we can get in. And Crystal was really low in the ranking, so if he gets in the mass double draw, maybe he can come on the tournaments, and if there is some withdraw, he can maybe enter because he's the reserve and he'll be on the tournament. So it was more like in case of, it was meant taking fun on the court, and it was okay for us. And after we won one match, two, and we did great on some tournaments, a little bit of luck, of course. And when we get in the top 30, and then we qualify for the World Tour finals. So I know it was a really crazy year, and even I was when we came in Bali, I wasn't thinking about the World Tour finals. I was like, yeah, maybe I will get in single, maybe double, but I don't know. I don't care. And at the end, I was in the both rows. It was so hard and tired for me. Like at the end of the 3 days, I played 6 matches against the top world players. I needed a wheelchair, and it was horrible.
It's quite impressive. I mean, you don't see that. That's one of the things that makes you guys a little bit different. Is that you don't see many single players who's able to compete in doubles as well, because it's simply too tough for the body, right? So is there, since that you are, you are able to beat, I mean, most of the best players in the world on your best days. Do you plan to not play doubles in the future, or?
I don't know. For the moment, we're gonna try as much as we can, because it's an extra draw, and so extra money and extra time on court. And sometimes if you play the double in the morning, you can feel better at the whole for your singles after. And double, it's for us, it's not it's not so hard for the stamina and for the cardio. Single is so hard, though, of course, definitely. But double, it's more like, have some fun on court and only smash and move less. So it's quite okay. But yeah, for the future, maybe after 2024, I don't know. But we're gonna try for the Olympics.
That would be pretty sweet. But I also remember, last year in Orléans, you guys made it pretty far in doubles, right? And you still won the event in singles as well. So it doesn't look like it's really making it impossible for you to perform in your singles to play those doubles events.
If I play double in the morning, it's not so hard. But if I play single in the morning, then in the late afternoon or late evening play the double, then it's gonna be hard for me. Because I can go less on the recovery, less time, and less time to sleep and everything. So it's more like a big day. If it's in the morning and then in 4 o'clock after the double, it's fine. But after, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I was actually a little nervous for you guys in Orléans this year, because I saw you play that
the doubles you lost.
you lost after midnight, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then you both had to.
Yeah. Then you both had to play singles the next day.
Yes.
What was that, the day where you then played Chico from Indonesia?
On the next day, I played Chico. It was really hard because he was on a really good day. He was really good on this tournament. I never saw him play like that. He was so explosive, fast, and everything he tried, he was on the line, in the court. He was so good. And I don't know how I defeated him in the money time from 1919. It was really close, and I think that was maybe the match which opened my draw, and after I was free.
After that, you had to play Cristo, right?
On the semifinal, it was really weird.
Let's talk about that and that whole relationship. First of all, just talk about that semifinal. You won the match. How was it playing against your little brother there?
It's really weird. It's like you want to win, but at the same time you don't want to win, because it's your brother and we share a lot of things with him. We are really close. We play together. We are in the same room while the tournaments. So it's really hard to play against his brother, especially his little brother, because you win, but you take the win from him also, and he will not compete in the next day. So mentally, to manage this is really hard. And I think both of us, we didn't play at our best level when we play each other.
Is this something that you have talked about? Because, I mean, you obviously know that there is a possibility that you guys are going to face each other at a tournament. Is this something that you have discussed how to deal with going into a match, and how you want to deal with it after a match? Or
For the moment, we discuss it like it's more like a training match. The one who is in better shape today wins, and no matter what, there is no like strategy behind our matches for the moment. I don't know in the future how it's gonna be. For the moment, it's more like we play the winner. He's the better on this day, and both of us we are going to be happy. So it's more like I'm not jealous if he wins, or I'm not jealous he would be not jealous. The better wins, and
Are you sharing a hotel room at events, you guys?
always, yeah.
How was the atmosphere after the match?
It's more like a bit of distance just for the 10-15 minutes at the big game. But after there is no tension between us.
All right.
what about just in general in training? I could imagine that you guys have had a lot of fights almost during training and stuff.
Yes, when we played each other on the nationals final and Orleans, we are like really respectful. We didn't shout or things like that. But on training, because how to say, he's really lucky when he's playing on the trainings. When we practice, he's really lucky net shots and crazy shots. So I'm really nervous. So yeah. It's not. It's really funny for the people who are around the courts, because they enjoy it and there's a lot of passion and a lot of anger, but yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same gameplay.
Well, yeah, it's pretty clear to see where you have this passion from. Like your dad, when he's coaching, he's also on fire. And I don't know if you've seen it on a video afterwards, but when you won Orléans,
did you
He
see
was
how
doing
he's...
something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
yeah, do you know what was going on? It looked like he was telling off someone, or
I know it. I don't know. I don't know if it was on purpose for the Empire, because he was really annoying against me, or I don't know if he's only happy, or he was communicating with the crowd, or I don't know. But it was really like when I saw it, people, because after the match I didn't saw the video, and I was in the changing room, and I saw some messages. Yeah, your dad was really angry on the court. And yeah, I don't feel like that, but after when I saw the video, okay, I understand. He was he was boiling. He was
completely. But it's only fun to see it. It's good to have some passion in those moments.
He was really passionate. Like sometimes there is one time I played Italia Challenge, Italia International, and it was really close game against the Indian guy Subhan Kaldei, 15-15, and there was a shuttle. I just dived, and the shuttle gets over the net, and my father thought that the shuttle that when Subhan hit it hit the net, so he just stand up and shout, but the shuttle get the net shot and go over me. And so out, but the Empire says your father shot before the shuttle touched the ground, so and it was a really confusing moment.
Then he probably shouted even more after that.
Yeah, and I was really pissed off against him, because it was a really important point. Like after I was getting the lead, so it was so funny. But at the same moment, I was so nervous.
Did you win the match?
I lost the match.
Oh,
that's why.
That's not good.
I think I saw you guys after I think it was at the European Championships in Kiev. I think you just lost your match, and I thought that it sounded like you guys had an argument or something going on. I couldn't understand what you were saying, obviously, but how is you guys' relationship? I mean, both as a father son, but also as coach and player. Is it a little bit difficult to handle it all, or?
For us, it's not difficult to handle. I think it's more like natural, because we're used to it. And I think for us, he's both, but he's like more a father. So we don't consider him like as a coach, and because he has our total respect as a father and everything. So we're gonna always listen to him. But I think there is even more confidence as a father than as a coach, and he would always act more as a father and less as a coach, especially with us because we are his sons. But when we argue, yeah, it's really hard to argue because you argue against your father, but it's your coach also. But we don't argue so much. It's only for only when we lose or when we are angry against something and something we didn't try. But it's only for 15 minutes, and after it's over.
And you do it in Bulgarian, right? When you talk to him.
Yes, because we speak Bulgarian, and at home we're speaking Bulgarian. So when we communicate, it's more like how to say, homeland language or born language. Yeah. So I cannot speak to him in French. It's so confusing. I don't know. When I used to talk with someone in one language, you just talk with him in
Yeah, I guess his Bulgarian is probably also better than his French.
Yeah,
because he didn't move so early as you guys did.
Yeah, he has a bit of Bulgarian accent when he's speaking French, so it's really funny.
One thing that your father does that's absolutely hilarious is when you guys, will you showcase it, Hans? When Toma or Christo wins a point.
I don't even know
this.
what it
I
is.
don't know, something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Exactly. I don't know. Like, but many people are like laughing on this because it's so funny. But even I don't know why he's doing this. I think he just tried it once, and people were happy, or I don't know, and so he just follow. But I don't know where he
hilarious.
just. It's really hilarious.
So we haven't even congratulated you on your back-to-back win at the Orléans.
Thank you.
Must be huge for you to claim that title twice in your home country, or it is your home country now, right?
Yeah, it is my home country. Yeah. But it was a really good moment because I didn't feel ready for Orléans, especially after the Swiss, because in Swiss I really felt like I don't know, like sometimes you feel that it's your tournament or you feel so good and everything that you try just perfect. So, and I lost really close against Jonathan. So it was like I was sad and disappointed a little bit. Of course, even if I did a great match against a top 5 in the world, like I was happy, but at the same time, yeah, I lost. And it was really hard to get in the tournament mood after 3 big tournaments, get in the 4th, and especially because it's a big one, like you start on Tuesday and maybe you go to Sunday, so it's really long, and you're not the challenger, where people are here to beat you because you're the 4th seeded. So it's really hard to get in this competition mood and beast mode, how to say, to be the best on the court and try to figure out even if you're not ready. And I was really happy because last year I was the challenger. Nobody like bet a coin on me last year, and this time it was not the same. I was one of the favorites as a seeded, so it was really hard.
What did you do to get in that tournament mood then?
I don't know. I just try to be focused and relax the most of the time, and just be focused on the match and try to play only the best and take pleasure. I think because if I get stressed, it's not the same, especially in this hole. Like I tried with the shuttles. If it just a little bit, if your hand gets a little bit tense, it's over. Everything goes out and it's just uncontrollable. Especially on the spins.
The shuttlecocks is extremely fast at the Orléans, or
very fast and very like lively. Yeah,
like bullets.
It's exactly as Thomas says. If you're a little bit tight, you cannot control anything. That's exactly what happened to me when I played that guy you played in the final. Like I played great in the first game, and then I made just a few mistakes in the start of the second, and I started feeling tense, and I never found the control again. From that point, I just made 10-15 mistakes each game. So
it's just for the lift and even for the spin, and if you don't put maybe enough weight in the shuttle when you hit it just go up and it's finished. And it's really hard to get the right decision because the shuttle, you don't know where it's gonna land. Uncontrollable. And it was, how to say, it's really light, so when you cut it, it's not good enough. It's really strange.
But you have won the tournament twice now, 2 times in a row. Is this environment something that suits you very well, or?
It only suits me when I take a good spin, and if they lift short, I have my big my big attack, and if they lift, sometimes 50% it's out. So that's why against Chico, it was only like a gameplay without the back. We only spin, and the one who just get the bad lift, it's over for him. It was really strange. Like we are both of us were on the net, and the one who win the battle on the net wins.
But I feel also because you're so good in like the drive game, so like you can drive really hard and fast all the time. So it's quite difficult if you catch guys in that area of the game. It's kind of difficult to get out of it for your opponent because it's not easy to lift it away in that situation. So you kind of have to play the front of the court, and then you can get the spin. So I think I would say even before the tournament, I also told the Danish coach we had there that I thought you were the favorite to win because I saw you play there last year, and I think the environment is like it's really difficult to handle a player like you in a situation like that. Also because you proved it last year.
Because I'm pretty tall, so I can get a lot of pressure, and so if you play flat game, now I'm getting used to this game because I play doubles, so it helped me a lot, especially against guys like, I don't know, Sukamujo or the Japanese guy. They just on the flat game, they're just unbeatable. They're so good. And so I'm a tall guy, a little bit trying to do things and trying to get myself out of the situation. And yeah, it helps me a lot when I have to adapt this game plan on this kind of environment on this tournament. Yeah.
It's interesting. I was actually just about to ask you whether you have learned something from playing doubles that you could use in your men's single, but you just answered right there. But it's very rare to play tournaments with fast shuttles these days. It's almost, I feel like every time we play, it's extremely slow shuttlecocks.
Yeah, but in Swiss it was pretty okay, but in all England, so slow.
Well, what do you prefer?
Swiss.
Okay.
For the shuttles, but as an environment, all England, of course, like the most prestigious.
Yeah, I definitely prefer slow shuttles.
For me personally, it's much better.
Of course, I understand why.
Yeah.
But I think maybe there is different zones, or I don't know, because when you go higher in the hole, when you really high lift, it's slow. But sometimes there is a mid zone, and when you when the shuttle goes through this zone, it's so fast. I don't know. There is depends of the host. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes really difficult for people from outside to understand this, that it's like lifting is just not lifting like normal in a big arena like that. It's very different compared to like a small badminton hall where you do your daily training, right?
Sometimes you have to just lift with the fingers. Sometimes you have to lift with your wrist. Sometimes with your hand, or I don't know. Sometimes you have to adapt yourself. But on one side, it's really funny because you have to adapt yourself. So that's part of the game. On one side, play with slow shuttles every time.
It gets a little bit boring and a little bit annoying. It's fun to try different speeds, I would say. That's just my personal opinion. I'm getting a little bit tired of slow shuttlecocks all the time, but yeah, what can you do about it?
Because like BWF wants to get maybe a faster game, but if they put the slow shuttles, like I don't know, and especially on men's doubles, I feel it especially on men's doubles because normally on men's singles, after 1-2 smash, normally you get your shuttle on the ground, but in men's double, it's nearly impossible, especially in All England. I think against the Japanese, we just play and we lost the rallies, but we don't lost like a rally less than 10 shots. It was always 20 shots, and you have to run, defend, cover, hit, smash, and it's so long.
Yeah, I also remember on Bali we saw doubles where they were just hitting clears to each other because it was so slow. Like
it was impossible to put
it was the Indonesians against Anders and Kim. There was just clear. It's impossible.
How high is the French Open ranked for you, Toma?
The one in Paris.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like this tournament, especially the atmosphere. The crowd is really, I don't know, joyful and cheer for anybody. There is no like only for one country, for the common country. They cheer for everybody, and especially for the good riders. So I think in the top 4 maybe. But I didn't play all the World Tour tournaments. I didn't play Thailand or Indonesia for the moment, so I don't know what is the atmosphere. And I'm really excited to play the Indonesian tournaments in June. And so, but France is one of my favorites. Maybe with All England, maybe France, All England, and maybe Indonesia for the moment.
It's almost similar to my favorites. Indonesia, All England is obviously great, and the French Open is also one of my favorite tournaments. I've not done pretty well in the recent years, but it's just a fantastic place down there in Paris. The city is amazing, first of all, but as you mentioned, the crowd is absolutely amazing down there as well. So,
but when yeah, go on.
Even the accommodations in Paris, the hotel is only like 100 meters. Everything is nearby. You can get the underground, and you are in the downtown. It's not like you are outside the city or just lost somewhere.
But isn't it like when you're from Marseille? Are you not supposed to not like Paris?
I don't like the football club of Paris.
Okay.
But the city is okay.
The city is okay, but I think I like the city, but only for like holidays or for just relaxing days. But to live there, I can't. It's so stressful, and people are annoying there.
It's a huge. It is a huge city. It is a huge city for sure.
I was just thinking, who is the historically who has had the highest ranking in men's singles, a singles player from France?
Brice, maybe.
Yeah, I would think it's Brice. He was top 20, right?
Yeah, I think he's been like 20 or 19 in the world. I don't think there's been anyone in the past before that. What are you now, like 25 or
28 maybe?
Okay,
28.
What's your goal?
Yeah, high as possible for the moment, and qualify for the Paris 2024 and try to get the higher as possible, because I think like I'm starting to have maybe the level on my best days against the top 10. I have already beat some of them, so I just want to how say get more high level, but consistency of my level, and be better each day and have the same level and keep this level. It's one of the hardest things to do.
I actually, I don't know if I have told you, but I think I told my coach down at the Swiss Open. I was watching your match against Jonathan just before I think I played the match after, a few matches after yours. And I said to my coach, I'm actually quite impressed with Toma. And you shouldn't take this as an offense. I hope you won't. But when we've played against each other back in the days,
under 17, under 19.
You destroyed me.
To be honest,
I did not believe that you would go on and be this good, and I think you have much more potential. You can go on and be much better, and I'm actually quite impressed with what you have achieved so far, and just your level in general. So kudos, isn't that the right word?
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, 3 practice sessions on a Monday.
It makes sense, and playing 2 categories and just
working extremely hard in general.
Yeah, we need to start working more. That's what I take from this conversation.
That we need to start training a lot more. I'll go to practice right after this interview. Yeah, I won't.
I don't train 3 times every day. It's more like 3 or 4 days per week. But
just every Monday.
Special Monday.
What is required in order for you to qualify for the Olympics?
Just to be number 1, because I don't know if it's exact, but if France, because we are holding the Olympics, so we have a spot normally. So I just have to be the one, but we want to try to fit my brother also, so get 2 spots. But he has to be in the top 16 or in top 8, or I don't know, something hard to do. But definitely we're gonna try to get in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's top 16. Unless you change the rules, and it's always 2 guys in singles if you're a top 16.
And
maybe we're gonna try this. And I want to be on men's singles because last year I was maybe at 6 places to be. And normally there was like a regulation in the French Federation. If I was less than 10 places behind Brice, they can choose. And they chose Brice. And it was the same situation as Sean Vendy and Ellis and Language. But the French Federation chose the oldest. So I totally respect that. So I'm gonna try everything for 2024 and 2028.
Who's making that choice?
The federation, maybe? I know because they didn't ask me. So.
And who's the head coach?
There's a lot of changes.
Yeah, because Fernando Rivas he's just gone to France, right? And also Naviskas is there, the guy from Lithuania.
Yes, and Chris Langridge is like a consultant, or I don't know, consultant from the men's double. I don't know. They told us they don't have money.
Yeah, it says a lot about how you're working with the federation that you're not actually quite sure who the coach is.
I don't know, because they told us that they don't have enough money, and after they just hire 3 coaches, and especially Fernando, I think he's really expensive. So I don't know where they dig the money, or I don't know, maybe from the Bitcoin, or I don't know how they gonna dig his money. I don't know. It's so easy money, so I don't know how they pay them.
Bitcoin's down, so I don't think it's from Bitcoin.
I don't think so. But
this guy is losing a lot on crypto.
It's not the best days. No.
It's hurting at the moment.
But I was just thinking that you guys could end up in quite a situation where you and your brother is really fighting for a spot at the Olympics. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would handle that if I should fight with my brother for that spot. So
I don't know, it's really strange. I hope it's gonna be like loyal and no tension and no things like that. But in the last case, we can play for like Bulgaria, play for Bulgaria and qualify directly, but it's not cool, it's not good, and we don't like this kind of things to get in the Olympics.
It's no problem for you because you're the bigger guys. You can always just beat him up if there's
I can definitely. But I just hope to be there, and because it's really hard and it's like one life experience, I would say. So I just want to experience that.
But he's getting better, your brother. So
he's getting better and better. Of course, he is training with me, so of course he's getting better and better. But
that's why.
Sometimes I'm not in the good shape, so he's a better shape, so he just helped me. And sometimes I'm in a better shape, so I help him. And before the European tour, he was not confident about playing this kind of tournament, so that's why he signed in Korea. But after there is some places in German Open, so that's why he played, and he played Swiss Open well. He played well in Orleans also, and he beat Pranit, so it's actually a really good win. So he's getting better and better, and it's a bit shame that he's not playing Europeans because I think he has the level, and he just doesn't have enough points to compete there. But he can be one of the, how to say, challenger from the next years.
Yeah, but I guess he's also only playing because not playing because the ranking is frozen, right? Because a guy like Roussel, he's really high on the ranking still compared to what his results has been like for the past 12 months.
Even like Breeze, because both of them have a lot of points from 2019. Yeah. And so when the ranking was freezed, they just kept their points. But I think there is a new statement from BWF, so
they will start unfreezing it from August, and then we will be back to a normal ranking in January next year. So starting from August, they will remove 4 weeks of results every week. So yeah, quite quickly we will be back to normal ranking.
It's gonna be crazy when some people will gonna lose points and.
Yeah, and I think this summer we will see everyone trying to play every tournament just to get some results. When the ranking is back to normal.
Yeah, I have all my tournaments. The biggest tournaments are from 2021. So for the moment, I'm quite okay. But I have to fight also because like Breeze have the European Games, and he did final against you. So he gets a lot of points from here, and it was really hard to.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy that results from 19 are still counting.
Is the European Games still counting?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Results from March 19 is still counting. Yeah.
I'm going to have a problem because I had a really good 2019.
Yeah.
I really need to get my shit together.
I saw like a photo today where someone calculated. It's a Twitter account called Badminton Europa. And they calculated the top 25 if you just had a normal ranking right now, and you were 4 on us. And I don't remember you, Toma, but I think you were top 20 actually.
Yeah, if when they
four in the
unfreeze, I'm getting higher. When they
Yeah.
unfreeze the ranking, I'm getting higher on men's double and on men's singles. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have been cozy at the number 3 spot.
You need to start performing.
Yeah, I need to start to do well again. Let's try.
Let's start with Thomas Cup, because me and Toma will handle the European Championships.
Let's we'll see each other in Madrid in a few weeks.
Yeah. We will.
It's quite nice that it's been moved from Finland. I think it was up.
I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Because I play better when it's hotter and when it's warm in the hole, so it's cool for me.
It's definitely, I can tell you, it's a big challenge to train here in Denmark during the winter time. It's your body is just stiff and cold, and it's dark every morning, and it's actually not easy, I would say.
No, it's not. Especially not when you're whining as much as Hannes.
Yeah.
Especially for like tall people, it's really hard to get to warm, and because you're always stiff and with the back problems, and it's always hard.
Yeah, but
so now Victor feel better now in Dubai. Victor he's better now. 30 degrees average, so it's fine.
He's living his best life now, I assume.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, I think that was basically all. I think is there more that we should ask Toma about before we let him go? I think.
Is it League of Legends that you're also a legend of? I just told the guys that you're gaming a lot with your brother as well, but I didn't remember which game.
Yeah, League of Legends and the FIFA.
FIFA, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's why you have this gamer headset that we can all see you're wearing. Right now.
That's why. Yeah. So that's why I brought my PS4 in Bali for FIFA, and League of Legends only with my friends. So 1 or 2 games before on tournaments or something like that, just to out of my mind.
Do you play with Marseille when you play FIFA?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, of course.
And I sleep with the jersey of Marseille. Yeah, always Marseille.
Who's the favorite
player? Payet for the moment.
Payet.
The number 10. Yeah. The number 10. But he's getting old, so we need a new one.
Anas has no idea who it is.
Absolutely no idea.
It's a guy who played he played in England before, right?
Yeah, in West Ham.
West Ham, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't have any other questions.
No. Thank you so much, Toma, for
guys
for taking the time. See you in Madrid.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
So guys, that was Toma Junior Popov. What do you think about the interview?
It was great.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah, he's a fun guy, just as I expected. I've always had this feeling from him when we go to events. You cannot put it down.
I cannot.
It's converting the file. Yeah, that he's a quite fun guy to be around. I haven't been talking to him a lot, but every now and then we've been just having small conversations. And yeah, I think he comes across as a really nice guy to be around.
Hardworking guy for sure. Free practice sessions this Monday, just to start off the week, and pretty straightforward in some of his answers. I mean, about the national center and stuff like that. He didn't really hold back. He was pretty straightforward. So
yeah, I don't think there's any chance that those guys are gonna be training in the national center in the foreseeable future. It didn't sound like that, at least. It is quite interesting that it's built up so differently, and I think it said everything about it when he didn't really know what the structure was with the coaches, and
I think it's really interesting, the relationship with his brother and his father, and I can definitely see things go wrong. I mean, it's a little bit dangerous for me to see. Hopefully they won't, but it's quite possible that they end up in a situation where they have to fight for an Olympic spot.
For sure.
And that's, as he said, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and they are chasing the same goal. So it's
especially the one in Paris, right?
Yeah, it's in Paris, so it can be very, very complicated. So
I was actually thinking when he talked about his relationship with his brother, and he said like in some way he felt like he didn't hope that his brother would lose. Then I thought about if you played Kasper, because Kasper is in the room right now actually. So I thought about like your relationship, and I imagine every time you played Kasper, you really hope that he would lose. Like you don't have that conflict of
if I played against him. Yeah, sure.
But Toma told it like if he played Christo, that in some ways he didn't hope that Christo would lose. I don't imagine you have anything of the same.
But maybe Christo feels different because he's the younger brother. I think there's difference between the older brother maybe wants the younger brother to do better, and the younger brother just wants to take revenge after every time that he or she has lost to their siblings. But
that makes sense. I don't know. Makes sense. Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah. Also, like, I just thought of when they like share a hotel room, and if they get to that situation where they have to play like one match that decides,
or when they bring girls to the room. And
true.
Also, they do?
Also that. But like if they end up in a situation qualifying for the Olympics in Paris, and they need to play each other, or hope that one of the other one loses to qualify, like what will the atmosphere be like in the room? And I thought so much of back in Indonesia when Jan Jørgensen and Gade, they shared a room, and Jan beat Gade as the first European for like 10 years or something like that. And like I just remember him telling me about like how awkward the atmosphere in the room was afterwards, and he didn't see Gade for something like 10 hours straight because he just left the room and didn't come back until really, really late in the evening. And you can speculate on what he did, but I imagine that's going to be quite a tricky situation to handle.
For sure.
And the dad needs to be like in the middle of it, trying to guide both of them.
It must be also very difficult for the dad to be in a situation like that.
For sure.
Because I feel like, I mean, he needs to, I mean, to try to get both players to qualify. What can he do for Christo in order to qualify? And that may be playing some tournaments that Toma shouldn't play and stuff. But
and then where he's gonna go? Is he gonna travel with Christo and leave Toma at home with no coach?
It can get complicated.
Yeah, it can.
But
interesting to follow.
Yeah, sure. It will. And we should also get Christo on the podcast, but he's on the rise, the little brother of Toma, playing extremely well. So he will be on the Badminton Experience as well, I'm sure.
We promise.
Well, I think that was it. Great episode. Nice to talk to a guest again.
Yeah. Nice not having to listen to you all the time.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, guys, for watching this episode of the Badminton Experience. We got through it, even though there's a little bit of tension between me and Hans-Kristian. But yeah, we got it done. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, give us some feedback, some questions, anything.
Yeah, that's it.
See you in the next episode of the Badminton Experience. Bye bye.